Officially opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now it's Allen. On the move to his left. He's got a man. Complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Graham. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Lawrence to throw.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46.
They go play action with Lawrence.
This one complete to his fullback. Out of
Extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to...
On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yards. Fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay.
From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt.
Garibay's kick is good.
And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense, it'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Graham. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Graham. And some room to work. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Lawrence will throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Charlie!
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. This complete to Lockett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
From midfield now, Lawrence
finds his tight end Ingram.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. There he goes, right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points, but it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Lawrence's throw caught here by Jones.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
X3, 2-8-3, stop.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Gregory Rousseau in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
The Garabay's kick is good.
And the second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged. And it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. It's complete to Diggs. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Allen. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Allen off the bootleg. Sliding it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Allen.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
I'm ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps.
Again from the 25-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Let's go.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence. Oh, that's the third interception for Lawrence.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now Allen.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Lawrence.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now Lawrence.
He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, give a life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. Garibay on for the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Right back to him on first down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. On second down, Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen.
He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he is going to...
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. The left side caught by Diggs.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Six yards left on second down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. They'll roll him out right. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And again, it's Allen. And Anderson's got him.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did,
I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Graham. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle, and the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So it's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On play action, Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
80 weapons.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets it down to the 32.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on third down? And Ingram holds it in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Jaguars have taken a fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Allen.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run on first down. Graham, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Now that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Graham. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Graham. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Allen going to throw. That's caught right side by Anderson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. First down, Graham, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Allen. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
2nd and 10. Lawrence.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Jonathan Garibay out there now, and this is a big pressure spot.
With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Graham, a very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw of overtime for Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Graham.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Graham. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Coming up, and Charles, I guess a question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. from the gun. He'll hand this off.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they've put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
This being their second opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Allen.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Way back here deep in their own territory, they're well aware when they throw the ball, they've got to be careful.
Let's face it, every psychologist in the world will tell you, be positive with your team right here. Tell them they're going to make big plays. I know every coach we've ever met has told his offensive team, don't hold here. Right? Don't get a penalty here, because anything like that in the end zone could end the game and lose it for us, especially if they want to keep throwing it.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Check. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's got the connection to Moore.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.